What's up, guys? I'm Mike D'Antonio, founder and CEO of StockedUp, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have an awesome episode for you guys today. We're going to be talking about an option that someone put $21 million into today, and this option expires tomorrow. So on this show, we've never seen an option with $21 million put into it. That's a ton of money, especially because it expires tomorrow. Now, guys, Tom did have some problems commuting home today, as you can see on the screen right now. So Tom will not be on this episode. It'll just be me. So, we're still going to be going over the same things that we normally do, but since Tom had a problem getting home today, he will not be present. So, guys, the market finished slightly down today. The Dow was down about 300 points. Nothing crazy, but something interesting to look at is that the VIX was up. So the VIX had a pretty big run up in the middle of the day. The VIX index finished up about 10%, which is definitely something to look at. It shows that we might see a downturn. Investors are getting a little bit scared, you could say. Options prices are starting to jump up a little bit. I am slightly bearish on the market overall for the very short term, and when I say that, I mean like the next couple days. Any catalyst can move that. Like literally, a catalyst can come out overnight, and that could change the whole sentiment. But right now, just based on how everything's going, I am slightly bearish on the market. A couple important things that happened in the market today is Amazon reported earnings after the bell. They did fall on earnings, and their numbers were not too bad. They weren't too bad at all. However, they said that they have to dedicate like a lot of money to, I think it was like all of their quarter two profit to fight off the expenses from the coronavirus. So that's big. Apple reported decent numbers. Like, they didn't report bad numbers. They are down in after hours, but they are falling because they didn't issue any guidance, which just shows like a lot of uncertainty. There wasn't I was kind of expecting, and both Tom and I were expecting that we weren't going to see any companies skyrocket off earnings just based on the type of market that we're in right now. And that brings me into Tesla. So Tesla was up pretty big in after hours yesterday, but they ended up falling, and I am slightly pissed off because I had a Tesla 750 put right on the break right here. I got that for about like $833. I sold quick for, I don't know, I made like a 20% return or something in like 20 minutes, so that was good, but I could have made like a 150% return if I just held it. But that's trading. But back to what we were saying is no stocks are really exploding off of earnings. That's just the type of market that we're in. Apple did have a big run up initially after they reported earnings, but the market, we're just in a weird market right now, and it's hard for companies to really explode. Gilead reported earnings. They basically did nothing in after hours. As of right now, they literally did nothing basically. They're down slightly, but those are like the top earnings for today. The SPY was falling in after hours because of Amazon and Apple. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. SPY definitely had a pretty big fall from Apple and Amazon earnings, so that is something to watch out for. As of right now, futures are down about 300 points, so that's also something to watch out for. Like I said, I am bearish for the next couple days. And now to get into the momentum plays for tomorrow. So guys, momentum plays. I literally call out these plays every day, and I play them the next morning. They're very simple. So how they work is, I'm going to list out the momentum plays, and then if they break the high, then you get in the next day. If they break the low, then you get in, but bearish. So the momentum plays that I'm looking at for tomorrow: Tesla, RAD, LMT, ZM, MA, LRCX, MU, GS, LULU, okay? Those are all the tickers I am looking at for momentum for tomorrow. So for example, LULU, they're down about 4% today. The low is at about $223.50. If it breaks that low tomorrow morning, I'll get in a bearish position. If we look at like LMT, for example, the high was about $391.50. If it breaks that tomorrow morning, I'm going to get in a bullish position. LMT was up, so I'm looking for that trend to continue. LULU was down, and I'm looking for that trend to continue. They're just small day trades. So now we're going to talk about the $21.7 million option for tomorrow. So there was a combined close to $22 million put in this option, and it expires tomorrow. So that's what, it's I don't know, it's just surprising, to have this much money put into an option that expires the next day. And this option is a Tesla call option. It expires tomorrow, May 1st, and it is the 850 strike. It is down about 95% today. And personally, what I think is I'm very, very confident that whoever traded this is shorting this option, meaning they want it to expire worthless. So that being said, the opportunity that you can gain from this knowledge is Tesla is most likely going to be below $850 tomorrow. Now here's the thing. If someone is selling calls, they probably think Tesla is going to fall. So you can't directly mirror this trade. I mean, you can, but you just have to short calls. And that's fine. You just have to have a lot of capital. But to kind of piggyback off this trade, you would be looking at Tesla puts for tomorrow. So feel free to check that out. I would definitely get more time, like the May 8th or even May 15th expirations. That would be your best bet. But that is definitely, Tesla is definitely a stock to watch out for tomorrow. It was the top momentum play I just listed out. So have your eyes on Tesla, okay? So now we're going to get into the FAQs for today. And the top comment is by Hunter. So I'm going to read this off real quick. So for yesterday's video, let's take a look real quick. We had a lot of great comments, a lot of great questions. And Hunter's comment was, awesome video. As always, nice to hear how people got started in the markets. Never thought I'd hear one that started with GTA 5 though. So yeah, GTA 5 is definitely not the way most people get started in the markets. It is a funny story, but I just laugh on it now, and I'm glad that GTA 5 did transition me into the market. So Alex said, thinking about buying GTA 5 just to check out that virtual stock market now. I mean, not gonna lie, GTA 5 has a pretty good virtual stock market. Like I'm surprised on how much detail they put into that. Peter said, are you still looking at that JPM play you mentioned in the Discord? So that play did do pretty well in general. I think that for this week in that JPM play was it was a weekly play, and I think the financial sector will probably either keep a neutral approach, like not really go up or down, not really go up too much, or just follow the overall market and go down. So that play would be worth exiting now or turning into a debit or credit spread. Sean said, got up early to rewatch and set up watch list with these picks. It's just that simple. Let's go. Oh yeah, I mean that's the best way to start off, Sean. High energy in the morning, fresh watch list, be excited to trade. Love it. And we have the next comment with Mac. Sell in May and go away. This month will close out at all-time highs from the lows. I am still bearish. Tesla, I was neutral on earnings as far as trading, but since they popped, I'm watching to see if they went above the highs of earnings day. May and June are months that are normally more negative than April. In the money puts a couple of months out are becoming cheaper and cheaper. What a deal. Yeah, I'm definitely bearish on the market as of right now too. We'll have to see what happens. I think a big factor into the market's movement will be, I know some states are reopening up from the coronavirus, so I just think that if these states reopen up and it's controlled, I think that'll be very good for the markets. But if it is not controlled and more infections are rising, then it would just people would think that the economic downturn would continue for a longer amount of time. We'll have to see. But right now I am bearish on the markets. We'll just there are so many catalysts that control the markets, especially in this day and age. So we will keep that in mind. Mr. said, please do a video on options explaining theta. So I've been wanting to do a video on that for a long time, and that will probably come out tomorrow. Let me see. So LES said, great recap. Thank you. Ham said, what strategies do you guys recommend for consistent growth for day trading / investing? What strategies would you use to turn 5K into 25K in a reasonable amount of time to get around the PDT rule? So if you're looking to turn $5,000 into $25,000, that's a really, really big return. No matter what strategy you use to make that happen, there's definitely going to be a good amount of risk. It's a pretty big return, but for day trading, I do post free day trades in the Discord down below. It's in the link down below. But I post free day trades. Have been really, really hot lately. But for day trading, man, keep it simple. Trade the momentum and the continuation plays right when market opens. The day trading channel that I post free alerts in, today I called out Boeing puts, and those were up like 60% in like 10 minutes or something crazy. And, it did really well, but, those are completely free, but you don't even have to follow those. Just trade the momentum when the market opens. Whether you follow my plays or not, doesn't matter, but just trade the momentum. There is going to definitely be some risk in it. There's also the stat modeling strategy, which is the link in the description down below for the options alerts. Pretty much, you'll be trading the same thing I'm trading. And then another thing, if you want more safe, you can always sell credit spreads. So with Apple, I know one of the viewers was selling Apple call credit spreads with Apple earnings. Selling credit spreads is pretty reliable. I know a lot of people who do it. I sell a ton of credit spreads. They're a lot safer than just longing options, and they're not as risky either. Mason said, awesome video. Thank you. Joe said, thanks guys. How do you get an algo to execute your trade? So, Joe, with that, there are a couple different terms and there are a lot of different algorithms. So I make a ton of different algos. Algos that automatically execute your trades are at the top of the list. They're some of the hardest to make. They are very limited, and in terms of commercial use, they are they're strongly regulated. So pretty much how it works is, you can easily write code, or, I write code like this all the time to just plot a signal hey, buy here, sell here, that's easy. But to have an algo actually execute your trades, one, you are going to need to use a different broker. So TD Ameritrade, you can't even do this. E-Trade, I don't think you can do this. Robinhood, you definitely can't do this. But TradeStation, you can have an algo automatically execute your trades. You just have to write the code. There's a lot that comes with that, so just be prepared for that. Patel said, can you talk about Zoom? Is it bearish? And is it worth to hold the 115 put that expires May 15th? The podcast is really helping us. Thank you. Absolutely. So great suggestion. If we take a look at Zoom was down about 8% today. That's pretty big. They are falling. Well, one, they're very close to highs, and then two, one of their biggest competitors, Microsoft Teams, is doing really well. So they're falling off that. Zoom is definitely in a downtrend. Don't fight the trend. For the 115 puts that expire May 15th, I do like the setup. They're up about 54% today. They're not too expensive either. It looks like you're getting in at a pretty good price. So I do like the setup. Just got to let it play out. It's a pretty good setup. There's nothing else I could really say about it right now. Just keep riding the trend down. But if something else changes, if the market turns around and there's a huge catalyst to the upside, or if Zoom announces some strategic advantage that they'll have over Microsoft Teams, then maybe get out. But the trend is definitely on your side, and I feel like Zoom can definitely fall a lot lower, probably to the 110 area. That's where I'm seeing it. So I do like the trade though. So great. Everything's a great video. Thank you. So yeah, guys, we had an awesome video today, even though Tom wasn't here. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and a huge thank you to everyone who comments. You guys are making the channel explode. So I just want to say thank you so much, guys. If you guys gain value from this video, don't forget to subscribe so you could see my videos in your homepage. We make free stock market analysis videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe. But other than that, thanks for watching.